Can you talk to us about where you think the development of hurling is at in Ulster and Antrim? Because it's something that's been kind of troubling you lately.
Yeah, well, Shane, to be honest, it's very much in the case that everything changes and everything stays the same. Like if you take 30, 40 years ago, when I first came on out there, like you have the Lease, Westmeath, Kerry, Antrim, Down. All we haven't changed. We're as far away as we've always been in them counties, and I can't really speak for other counties my own what the problem is, but I've always thought that we went about it the wrong way. If you take Ulster in general, we haven't progressed anything. It's the same old story. You take Derry, if you use the name McKeever and Downies and you change it to McGuigan and McCaig, everything stays the same. Like we haven't progressed anything, and we keep wasting money. If you take Antrim has probably spent somewhere in the region of concessions of about 30 to 40 million in the past 30 years promoting hurling, and we're as far away now as we've ever been. And I know that the biggest wonders in the GAA is Ulster hurling people, and I'm probably top of the list, but I'll probably keep at it till they put me in the grave. But you need a two-tier approach for it, not there. And I'll explain it very quick if you allow me. We have an under-20 management this year as good as any in the country. Aaron Graff and Paddy Shivers, two good young lads, done all the work, put all the time in out there, and then the young lads are just not at the pace of the game. We don't need anybody to come up and do coaching sessions, and Martin Fogarty come up and with all great people, and they didn't tell us we were holding a hurdle wrong or anything. We're doing the same drills, we're doing the same thing. It's just the pace of the game's a problem. I'd Liam Sheedy beside me along the line for 18 months or whatever. He didn't bring us all into a room one night and turn down the lights and tell us this is the secret how to win an All-Ireland. I said 30 years ago, Antrim needs to buy a house in Tipperary, one of them big stately homes, or somewhere in the Midlands, turn it into a hostel, put 3 pitches at it, and go head hunting a Derek McGrath or Tommy Dunn or Dalo or somebody, and organise our development squads to be playing the Waterfords, the Corks, all year long. And so when a kid gets to 30 age, under 20 years of age, with 30 games behind him, 40 games behind him, at that pace, it's the pace of the game. It's asking a young fella, if he plays hurling, say, for argument's sake, at 50 mile an hour for 8, 9, 10 years, and then you ask him to go at 100 mile an hour, he's having to make decisions under pressure a lot faster, and that's the problem. And until we change that, we're not going to change anything. We're wasting our time. The whole of Ulster is we're a football province, and we keep banging our head against the wall. And Ulster hurling people keep gurning, and Donal Lowe will say a couple of encouraging words at the end of Sunday game. Cyril Fard was saying that years ago. I've been saying what Neil McManus is saying now. We need to think outside the box and buy a bus company and have buses and allow us to go down and have a home in Munster, say, where you take your development squads 3 or 4 times a year. Every development squad's going down there, and you head somebody. You don't go and advertise a job. You go look on your man and you give him an offer he can't refuse. He comes to Antrim, he sits in Antrim, and you give him the power to the structures and look at that there, and you control hurling. Ulster people must start controlling hurling. I was asked on Sunday for my views in the Ulster hurling final. What we do with the Ulster hurling final, and yeah, I would do the Ulster hurling final, but it's important what time of the year it's played at. The last Ulster hurling final I was manager, I had to phone 3 guys, James McCaig and Sean Delargy, hadn't heard from in 3 years to come and do sub. My young lad, I brought him when they were the 3 subs. We won the Ulster title. It was played in the same day of the Munster hurling final. There was literally 2 man and a dog at it. Nobody wanted to be there. We wanted to watch the Munster final. It has to be between league and the Nicky Rackett or the Joe McDonough, whatever we're in, or else it becomes a waste of time. You know, there's all them things to be like, but like, what's to stop us hurting people owning a bus company and keeping the expense down? And if we had bought a house in one of them stately homes down south somewhere and turned it into our centre of excellence down there, where we're bringing in the best coach, we're bringing in teams every week. Yes, that's what needs done, Shane. Like Belfast, I've got skin in the game for Belfast. I'm the guy that went to, and this is not blowing smoke up my thing. I'm not looking at a job. I'm done. I'm finished. I understand that, but I love the game of Python. I went to Grove Park and Porrick Duffy and asked him if I come back with a plan, will you support it? And he said yes. I went and got Sean McGuinness, God rest him, Colin McFall, all good Belfast men. We made a plan, and all of a sudden, the new chairman was there, he was letting it go. Then all of a sudden, this other committee appeared, working on a plan for Belfast. So we said, well, Mickey, myself, Woody, Sean McGuinness, and Colin McFall, the day we played Cork and Ballycastle, and the first thing they said is, who are you? They want to know who we were. The guy used to call it, like, and it's madness. And then we spent 3 weeks organising. Belfast broke up into districts like the Thurles Oak effect, you know, because the clubs are not doing the work. I have never seen Belfast hurling from minor down in a worse state than it is today. And 30 years, we have gone back rather than progressed. Belfast hurling, as we speak at the minute, has been since I was 14 years of age. I'm involved with Antrim under 16 development squad. We played Dublin there. We have 3 Belfast men along with me. I'm the only North Antrim one and a South West fellow, and they picked the team. And there wasn't one child from Belfast in contention for a place. When I was young, North Antrim used to play South Antrim in challenge games, and they were always good games. You wouldn't dream of doing that now. So, like, somebody has to be honest and speak up. Like, the Gaelfast thing hasn't worked. There was good people involved, and I know they're trying hard. I know their pockets in Belfast. There's good working hard, but Belfast hurling at the minute it's the lowest I've ever seen in my lifetime, and I don't know who's going to replace the Neil McManus of this world and not when they go and out there. Like, we have a supporters club say it's as good as any in Ireland. We have a good management at senior level. Everything's good. The players are well looked after. But I feel the roof, house, the foundations. I think Antrim hurling, if the signs is there, I'm fear for the where we're going to be in 10, 15 years if something's not done now. And somebody needs to think outside the box. And there's no point sending coaches up to show us a couple of new something, because like we know how to coach. Like there's good coaches in Antrim, you know, maybe not the quantity there is in other counties, but there's good coaches. We know what we're doing, but it's this of the game is the problem. And on to you can take kids and get them to the pace of the game, and I always use this example, and I know it sounds like a stock record. The minor team that I was over, me and Woody were over, that Limerick beat us by a point, and then the following year, Joe Canning's minor beat us by 2 points. He had 12, tipped twice, Wexford, Waterford, and we had the kids up to the pace of the game. Like, nobody's, and until we do that and do it right, we're going nowhere. And as I say, 30 years, Kerry haven't improved, Laois haven't improved, Westmeath haven't improved. The only example that you have that pack at the top table is Dublin. Everybody else, I was rolling around a square with PG Cuddy 30 years ago, trying to beat Laois, and they were trying to beat us, and nothing's changed. We haven't progressed, you know. And that's my egg box moment.